Welcome to CineBites, a cinematic culinary podcast where we experience the wonders and beauty of cinema with our eyes and explore the unique and glorious cuisine in those films with our taste buds. Today we're blasting off into the cosmos as we delve into the much-anticipated Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Get ready to embark on a galactic adventure filled with tantalizing film insights and mouth-watering connections to the world of food. So grab your popcorn and fasten your seatbelts because this is a cinematic and culinary journey you won't want to miss.
Feast your eyes.
Welcome to
the podcast. Here we go.
So episode 4.
Yep.
We're already on episode 4. How are you excited about this?
I'm excited that we have a new setup.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Segue.
I was actually going to bring that up and, kind of, I would say praise you for this setup.
Oh.
Because as you remember from the first few episodes, we were a little close.
It was a small table. We got to know each other very well.
Yeah, very well.
That was fine.
So, but this is a great upgrade. We have, our desk ornaments.
We have desk ornaments.
Awesome.
Indiana Jones here. He's a bobblehead.
Yep. In honor of our first episode, I have some Spider-Man figurines.
Yes.
So we are just doing...
Repping the Colts over there.
Yep, repping the Colts, of course.
Of course, I have Kirby on mine.
Of course, you have to.
Because I have it on my stickers and everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
but we got so much more space to spread out.
We do. We could... So much room for activities.
If you're not watching it, if you're listening, then it makes no difference to you. But, man, is it a world of difference for us.
It feels great. I feel...
Yes.
Not that I was suffocating, but I feel like I could breathe.
We could do a whole podcast episode just about the new setup.
Just talk about the setup.
Welcome to the episode where we just talk about the setup for an hour.
For an hour. So stay tuned because we're just going to talk about tables.
Yep.
But we're happy.
Actually not going to be talking
We're
about
not going to be doing that. We're happy that you are here joining us. We have an exciting movie to talk about, as I mentioned in the intro. We are going to talk about specifically Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Throwing in a recent movie. This came out March?
Yes. I know you and I both saw it in theaters.
Yup.
And it was a great experience. I guess what I would like to open up the floor with, or the question with, is because you had... May, okay.
May of this year.
One of the M months.
Yep.
So you had actually recommended this film for us to review.
Yeah.
And I guess my first question is, why this one instead of the other two? Why go with the third adaptation instead of the OG and the second one?
Well, I'm mostly because, there's multiple reasons, but it just came out recently.
That's true. Fresh on the mind. Everyone has seen it recently. And we wanted to throw some more recent movies in there because we've mostly been doing movies that came out a while ago. Right. Yeah.
Well, not super long ago. Some of them. But anyway, it's a recent movie, and we're gonna want to do more recent movies in the future. Like hopefully even like new releases, like movies that came out that month.
Yeah.
We'll see. If they have food in the movie, they gotta have food that we gotta eat.
That's true. That's true. But I imagine that will be a lot easier than not, if that makes sense. I think we will be fortunate enough to have that connection of.
And we have a keen eye for the food too.
We do.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, Guardians 3, and we'll get into this a little bit later because we have a new segment.
We do.
We have a new segment on the pod
that
I'm excited about. And I don't know if we decided who is doing that yet, but we might each have one.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it when we get to it.
So anyway, we're not going to spoil the new segment. But anyway, so I don't want to spoil what I'm going to say in that new segment.
Yes.
But this movie is really good.
It is.
And yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
and there's some I don't know about good, but notable food in the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be interesting to do something in which there's not human food.
Yeah.
Because you'll see in a minute, it's technically human edible food, but this is not your typical, this is some space food type stuff going on.
And it's a little challenging for us in space travel to find the actual if it even exists. So we figured we'd make our best representation of that food.
Yep.
Really quick plug, or not plug, but really quick spoiler alert. So as always, if you're watching or have not seen the film,
this is our most recent one that we've done. So more likely that some of you have not seen this movie.
Exactly.
But if you've seen any of the other Guardians movies, you need to see this third one. It's 100% definitely worth it. But if you've not seen any of the Guardians movies, you just start from the beginning. But you need to watch all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, without further ado, we're going to introduce this space food that we're going to have.
Food. You do the honors.
Did I do the honors last time? I can't even remember. I don't think it matters anymore. So,
should we do a spin?
Should
we do a spin?
Sure. So it's going to look
very
confusing on the camera. But we'll edit in the picture.
Here it is.
This cloche is always hard.
Oh, it's dripping.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Okay, so in the movie, let's set that down.
That's awesome.
In the movie, it's actually called a roasted orloni, which is a creature that is in the film.
Yeah.
And
we'll put a picture on the screen.
Yeah, right here. and so there are a few instances where you see this, one where they're alive and then one where they're cooked and they're snacking on it. But this is our interpretation of it, which is essentially
it's a rotisserie chicken on a stick.
Yeah, I think now that we say it out loud, it feels a little lame.
It's a little lame, but I mean, look at that on the inside. It looks spacey.
It looks spacey.
It looks gross.
It looks very barbaric. So we're gonna try that.
And that's what we're going for because in the movie it's literally like this little. It's kind of like a rat lizard.
Yeah.
And then they skewer it and rotisserie it, I think. I think actually rotisserie the thing. And then they're walking around chewing on it.
And we couldn't get a hold of the rats or lizards, so we settled for
we settled for a chicken. And, I mean, but it's still got the bones and everything. It feels pretty epic, actually.
Yeah. And then next to it, you'll see in the picture as well, or have already seen in the picture as well, are called Zarg nuts.
Yeah, or an interpretation of Zarg nuts, rather.
Right.
Because it's another fake thing.
Yeah. So we had found a recipe that someone had created.
I think it was even like a Disney recipe.
Yeah.
It might have even been Disney ordained.
Yeah. So this is it's called Zarg nuts, and it's essentially peanut butter balls. The twist is it has sweet Thai chili in it. Yeah, sweet Thai cashews, pretzels, chocolate chips.
Yeah.
The combination of the sweet Thai chili and the peanut butter is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
But as Adam and I have discussed before, peanut butter is already a very overpowering flavor.
And
so
an overpowering flavor I don't like.
Right.
I don't like peanut butter.
Adam does not like peanut butter. So we're going to try that. So I imagine your score is probably going to be a little bit lower.
That's going to take it real low.
So
but we have one other thing right here.
Yeah.
This is what is this drink called? We have it written down somewhere.
So it is called a
Milky Fizz Sipper.
Yep. Milky Fizz Sipper.
So in the beginning of the movie, I think, Rocket goes in and he meets with Quill. This is when we first see Peter Quill in the movie. And he walks over to a fridge and gets this drink out of the fridge that's kind of like a milk carton looking thing. But it's a clear milk carton, and it has some sort of drink in it.
Yeah.
So this was another recipe we found online. Maybe another same place where I got the Zargnut one, I think, maybe. But
I believe so.
But it's an interpretation of the Milky Fizz Sipper. So it's sparkling water, peach syrup, and then we've got heavy cream, and you put the heavy cream in it.
Or half.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Half and half.
It recommends either. So,
so we got half and half, though.
Yeah.
But so it's sparkling water, peach syrup. I already said all this.
Yeah.
And half and half.
And so for all of our viewers, we wanted to give the visual.
You guys can see that there.
We wanted to give the visual of adding the cream to it. So everyone, if you're listening, sorry, you're gonna have to. You can also see. Don't look at Adam's. Just look at mine on the thing if you're watching it.
No, mine turned out okay.
Oh yeah.
I just
like
spilled
it.
a little bit on the table.
So satisfying.
And now that we got so much table room, I'm going to put this out of frame.
Yep.
# new set.
I love it. I love this.
Oh, setup. Look how it's like chunked on the top.
Yeah. It's actually, oh my gosh.
What in the world? I thought it would mix better.
That looks wild.
That's insane. Now that is some space food, people.
Yeah.
This is the content we're bringing you.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like
brains.
Well, I was going to say egg drop soup.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that wild?
It's really weird. I don't know if you can see it. Let me take a quick pic of it.
Yeah, do that.
And then we can put it in post.
Should we stir it up or?
I'm going to take a quick pic of this, and then I'll add it in post.
I'm going to stir mine up with the bottom. Oh, it's not really mixing well.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's really gross, actually.
Yeah.
But I think it'll actually taste good.
Yeah.
It looks gross, but it'll taste good, I think.
It'll taste kind of like the, what is it, the mango...
The mango lassi?
Mango lassi, maybe? Maybe like a peach lassi? I don't know.
But it's not yogurt, though.
Oh, that's a good point. Ooh.
Oh, I got a little...
Wait a minute. Okay. All right, we're going to go straight into it. You sip first. That way one of us is...
Oh, wow, that's strong. The peach. That is actually really good.
I added a lot of syrup. Well, not a lot, but I added enough. Oh, my...
Okay, people.
Oh, wow.
We just discovered something.
This is a great drink.
That is a really good fun drink.
This might be... You know what? We should keep the meals separate, but then rate the drinks as another thing.
I don't know. It's got to be one whole thing that we got to rate together. But I know the Zarg nuts are going to bring my rating down, but try this.
Yeah.
Seriously, you just get peach syrup.
Mm-hmm.
You could really do whatever flavor you wanted, though.
Yeah.
Of some sort of syrup.
Yeah.
Sparkling water. You could do flavored sparkling water. Because we got peach flavored sparkling water, too.
Yeah, we actually did peach. Yeah.
Unsweetened peach flavored sparkling water, and then half and half, or heavy cream.
So good. And the proportion is really a shot size of the syrup, a shot size of the half and half.
Yep.
And then you just fill the glass with the however much.
And a little bit of ice. Oh.
Yeah, that's good. I would say that's probably one of the best drinks we've had on the show.
Oh, that's the best drink we've had on the show because we've only had
milk and orange
juice and Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, Diet Coke is good, but this is a fun drink.
This is the best.
This is the best we've had on the show.
So let's dig in.
So
if you want to go, your first, I guess, impressions of it, you can eat it while it's dripping. Oh,
I know it's dripping everywhere.
Should you use the fork?
Whatever.
That's fine. Yeah. The rest of the floor will.
It's actually not bad.
Well, yeah, you can't go wrong with rotisserie chicken. I kind of want to dig into the Zarg nuts.
You're not going to pick it up with your hands?
Fine. Peer pressure.
Come on.
All right. I just don't want to.
Just drip it on the floor.
Oh, here we go.
That's what I did. Oh man, he's going after it. Going after that leg. Like you guys are going to hear all these chewing noises. Drax the Destroyer destroying this rotisserie chicken. All right. I guess, do I just pick up a whole Zarg nut?
Mm-hmm. Why did I even bring fork?
I don't know. Maybe because you were thinking to use it for the rotisserie chicken.
We forgot napkins.
You have a shirt. You were probably thinking to use the fork for the chicken, but I was going to manhandle that chicken.
Yeah.
No matter what you said.
Honestly, that was probably one of the best peer pressures I've ever had.
Yep.
All right. So Zarg nuts.
Zarg nut. Oh, gosh.
You ready? 3, 2.
Oh!
That
is awful.
It doesn't mix well with the sweet Thai.
I hate peanut butter. It actually makes me nauseous. Am I going to throw up on the pod episode 4?
Do we need a bag or a bucket? I can grab
No, I got it. I got it. I don't even taste the sweet Thai chili. I don't even taste anything else. I just taste peanut butter. It makes me want to throw up.
I don't know if I've met someone who hates peanut butter that much.
I hate it. I can't do it. I can't ever do it.
The sad thing is I made a whole plate of this.
Well, you're going to have to eat all of them. Sorry.
They're really, and for peanut butter lovers, so this is very biased because you don't like peanut butter, which is fine. For peanut butter lovers, it's not terrible. It's just, I think
it's weird.
It's weird, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll.
We gotta rate it. Do we want to go ahead and go into ratings?
Sure. Let's go straight.
We tried everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you can go first. I'm gonna kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of. I guess. Oh gosh,
I got marker all over my hand.
Dive into the, I guess, what I'm experiencing, because I think biting into the Zarg nuts really threw me off. Really threw, because you don't know what you're expecting. And I think we're going to introduce more meals like that where you just don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. I know we do want to try.
This one has a string on it.
Where? Oh, that's okay.
I know, but it's just barbaric.
Yeah, barbaric. So I think that was one of the things we really wanted to tackle.
Still left over in my mouth.
I can't get rid of it unless I drink more. The one thing that we did want to make sure that we stayed true to was a food that was attainable. So we when we're watching a movie, we wanted to reach in. Every so often, I will say we will have most likely something that we can be creative and have a movie-inspired food. But for the most part, I think we're going to try to stay away from that. But
we tried to be as faithful as we could with this. But when you're messing with not real foods, this is what you got to do.
Yeah. So you got a rating you want to
share? Yeah, I got a rating. Okay, I've got 2 ratings. I know we just said we're not going to separate the 2, but I feel like it's good for me to note that the Milky Fizz Sipper, 9.5 out of 10.
You're so funny with
Let's
the
go!
It is.
So
it is
good.
really tasty, and it actually. I think it will average out. How good this is will average out the overall score for me. I think.
Yeah. So I gave the overall score 4.2 out of 10.
4.2. Yeah. I'm going to see because I don't.
I might be giving that drink a 9.5 only because it's the only thing I like that we're eating in this episode. I mean, the chicken is fine, but to me that's just like a neutral. It's a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
It's a fine rotisserie chicken, but it's nothing notable. That is awful. Now, if you like peanut butter, you might actually like this, but I hate peanut butter and just everything about that is just not good. It brought my score down a lot.
For me, it didn't just because I like peanut butter, so it wasn't a terrible. It didn't knock off as many points.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was, I think, it was balanced, where I'm not a super big fan of the peanut butter and the chicken together. Mm-hmm. So, but with the drink, like we had already mentioned, it goes up. So I'm at a 5.0.
There you go.
Very neutral. So if you
neutral.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a neutral plate, that's where it is. So.
Yep, and the drink outweighs that because it would be lower if that. I mean, I might be at like a 2 if the drink wasn't there.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
So
that's a really good drink.
Yeah, and I'll probably snack on it.
We might have to make some more of the drink after the pod.
We've got plenty of stuff to do it.
Yep.
So let's go straight into kind of explaining about the movie. So you had mentioned that
synopsis.
Since this was actually, we'll get into that later. I was going to say, since it is a newer movie, you have other reasons why you were more excited to review this one than the other 2. But
that's one of my hot takes.
Yeah, or spicy takes.
Spicy take. We just spoil it. That's the new segment.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Spicy takes.
I'm so sorry. I thought we mentioned this we
mentioned
it, fine. But we didn't say what it was called. So it is called spicy takes. And pretty much
parentheses hot takes.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just going to be one of our hot takes on a movie. Mm-hmm. So it's either, it's real. We're not going to be, if you pick the movie, you do the hot take. It's
just if one of us have a hot take.
Yeah.
And if the other person agrees or disagrees, we might have a little bit of a debate.
Yeah. Or I might, yeah. I don't know.
We don't, unfortunately, there's no punishment involved in this one. That's still at the end with our Cine Snacks.
Yeah.
So,
because I feel like some of the ones that we can create, some of the spicy takes that we can have is going to be, some can be like a very hot take.
Yeah.
Like not saying this is the hot take, but as an example that
Star Wars sucks.
Yeah. Or this is,
which I don't believe, but that's a hot take.
Right. Or that this is the best Marvel movie ever.
Yeah.
Something like that. So
might be.
Those could be. That could be a very spicy take. So we'll have some that are outlandish and that a lot of you may not agree with, which is cool. Like I said, we're always down for healthy conversations. But we will kind of get into the spicy takes after we give a little rundown of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Would you like to take the reins on this one?
Yeah. So we have our Guardians. The normal Guardians.
They're in the galaxy.
They're in the galaxy.
For the third
time. They're
in
Nowhere, which is the head of a celestial god that has been chopped off. Mm-hmm. And that's where they live. They kind of took Nowhere under their wing and is kind of the protector of Nowhere.
Yeah.
In a sense. But anyway, Peter Quill is down on his luck because Gamora died.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers for, was that Infinity War? Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Which
that's been out long enough.
Yeah. But then also they introduced a new character. Technically, they introduced her in the Christmas special, but Cosmo is now part of the Guardians.
Right, yeah.
Cosmo the dog.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, they're just kind of chilling out. And in the first scene of the movie when they're chilling out nowhere, this food appears and this drink appears. So in that one opening scene alone is where most of the food comes from. Yeah. Later in the movie, Drax is eating more Zarg nuts. He ate Zarg nuts in the second movie too, I think. Anyway, Adam Warlock, which is another new character, shows up.
Yeah, Will Poulter's character.
Yep. Yeah. And injures Rocket pretty bad, and he's going to die. They have med packs that are just kind of like these miracle things that heal anything, but they can't use it on Rocket because he has a kill switch on his heart. So if they were to use this med pack, it would kill him instantly. So they have to go to where Rocket was created, because essentially he was created by somebody who is the High Evolutionary. That's I don't remember his actual name. Is that his actual name?
Yeah, the High Evolutionary. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he has like a real. Yeah, he's literally just called High Evolutionary. Anyway, they go and find him, and a bunch of other things happen, and eventually they destroy the High Evolutionary's empire. Rocket is saved, and then
that's really
that's the big.
I mean,
I don't want to go into a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Because you can watch a synopsis of the movie. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to review. So
right, and you see a lot of Rocket's. I mean, you do see Rocket's origin story.
Yeah,
and I think I would say or argue that, and maybe it's not even a big argument, that he is the main focal point of this entire movie.
100%. Well, actually, James Gunn, who directed the movie and I think wrote a lot of it and produced, he's a big part of this.
Yeah.
He said before that Rocket is the main character of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Even though obviously Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's character, is kind of the lead.
Right.
He is saying that Rocket is right there with him in terms of the lead and is actually more of a main character than Star-Lord is.
Interesting.
That's what James Gunn said himself.
I feel like James Gunn gave a hot take for himself, and he's the one who created it.
He's the one who made it. But you really see that main character-ness in this third movie.
Yeah.
Because he is definitely, you get his origin. Even though he's like bedridden for half the movie, he's still in a lot of the movie because you get all those flashbacks. Yeah. Flashbacks to how Rocket was created. And all of his little friends that he was in the lab with, and you get introduced to them. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a hot take. Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah, super.
This
sad.
Movie, we were actually talking about this the other day. I feel like we have become more emotional when, just in general, after having daughters.
Yeah,
and so
just being girl dads, it brings it out of you.
And so, like, I find myself nearing tears in a lot more movies now than I ever have. I don't know why. He agrees, so it makes me feel better about it. But in this movie, I was like borderline crying for half the movie because it's just, especially in the theater when you're in that environment.
Oh yeah,
it's like super emotional. Mostly Rocket scenes.
Yeah,
but then also scenes where Rocket's bedridden and everyone else is around him. They're just like crying because they think he's gonna die, and it's just very emotional of a movie.
Yeah, and it shows that at that level, they do become a family, and it's like one of their siblings that they have known for so long is so you do show or see the love that they have for each other in those moments, and it is really sad, super emotional. I remember when we were watching it, I had to clean up the puddle of tears at the bottom of your feet. So it was piling up. But it is a very it pulls on some heartstrings, and especially if you've been a fan of Marvel or more specifically Guardians of the Galaxy, you do feel that too. And I think that's really. I think it's a beautiful thing with Marvel movies because you become a part of it in a way. At least for, the origin movies to, or I would say the very beginning of the movies to Endgame, you're invested so deeply. And afterwards they still are okay. I don't think this is really a hot take, but in the Disney shows, once they started releasing more of the Marvel TV shows, I think in a way they kind of fell off with some of the episodes or series that they have created.
Well,
some aren't terrible, but I think
one reason for that, this kind of goes to show why a lot of recent MCU projects are kind of falling off. There are more hours of content in Phase 4 than the previous 3 phases combined.
Oh, wow.
Hours of content. Because of all of the more movie releases, more series releases, short movie releases, all of that. More hours in Phase 4 than all 3 other phases combined.
So you think they lost a little bit of the quality just because...
So they're pushing out quantity and not worrying about quality as much.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can have good quality if you're trying to push out quantity. But just in general, if you're pushing out way too much quantity, quality will drop. Yeah. Now, there are some quality movies that have come out. This is one. Spider-Man No Way Home is one. Some notable shows. I feel like season 1 of Loki was very good. We were just talking about yesterday. Werewolf by Night was this little side thing that's very not even. It's MCU related, but it doesn't seem like it at all. I thought that was a really good little short film.
That one honestly flew under the radar for me because I hadn't even heard about it until you mentioned it.
It came out last Halloween, I think.
And that
last October.
I guess I maybe at that point I was already disappointed by so many of the Marvel releases that I just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, it definitely had started at that point.
Okay.
And so, but no, I thought that was decent. But anyway, it's just that there are some quality things that are putting out, but when you're just putting out so much stuff, I feel like the quality drops down. I don't know the exact numbers, but it was a significant jump of the amount of content in this last Marvel phase than all of the other ones combined, which is just insane. Because phase 1 was 4 movies or something, or 5 movies, because it was just or whatever, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and then I think Avengers. I think they did all of that, and maybe there was another one in there, maybe Iron Man 2. So 5 or 6 movies versus Phase 4. There's been 10 movies and
so many series
and 8 TV shows and a couple other little things. So it's just man, and then it all just it's kind of disappointing because all up until basically Phase 4. I watched every single MCU thing and was devoted to it because I loved all of it.
Right.
But recently, I've not watched some of the TV shows that have come out because I watched a few and I was disappointed.
Yeah.
And so I'm I'm not going to watch the other ones because they're getting worse ratings than the one that I watched. So.
Right. And it seems and this happens, I feel way too many times in Hollywood, is when you have a good thing, they really try to milk it as much as possible. They see that it's a cash grab. And so, and we've seen this time and time again. And the thing is we will still pay to go see it.
True.
Even if it's released and we know it's going to be bad, we still go and see it, and it's,
but they're still putting out quality stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Right.
I
that's
really
true.
Like this movie.
Sprinkled
good quality in there, but it's just, I also think that the pandemic also partially had to do with it. I know that delayed production and people, a lot of things happened. So I think that threw some stuff in the way.
And now we're facing possibly even more of a delay with what's going on.
Yeah, with the strikes.
With the writer's strike. I think I read something, and this is kind of off. No, it's still on topic, but I read somewhere where they're expecting this to happen or stay happening for a very long time.
Yeah.
Some people were even murmuring about 10 to 20 years of a writer's strike.
Dang.
So that means you're going to have shows that are essentially just going to end the story. Because a lot of people are going to want this to keep rolling with certain actors and actresses, but they're eventually going to get old, And I think even with Zoe Saldana's character in Avatar, they said the 5th movie's not going to come out until I don't even know. I think they said the 5th one's going to be pushed back to where she's going to be, I think, close to her 50s.
Dang.
By the time that happens.
Well, she's probably what, in her 30s?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably
late
find
30s,
that out.
Maybe.
But it's wild to think that a lot of the
She's
series,
45.
Right. So I think they said she'll be in her 50s by the time the 5th, because the 3 and 4 of Avatar are already in post production.
Mm-hmm.
So the 5th one, she's gonna be older, and it's I mean, and that you're gonna see that a lot with a lot of series that are out and a lot of movies that are gonna be pushed back because of this.
Yeah, and everything's gonna keep getting delayed. Yeah, and I think that's just it's super weird because there's like the MCU when I feel like they're pushing out too much, but then there's like other series like Avatar where they're not putting it out quick enough.
Right. True.
So it's just kind of weird. You've got both.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll kind of see how that develops and where the strike goes, and it may be shorter, it may be longer. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't gotten too far in the weeds of what's going on with that, but that's. I would say, and this isn't even really a hot take, I would say that it's going to be for a while.
Yeah. So, Speaking of hot takes, let's get into our new segment.
Yeah.
The spicy takes.
Spicy takes.
Spicy takes.
Yeah.
So
you actually want to? No, you can lead.
I have a spicy take.
Yeah, you can lead with one. Yeah, I don't. I have one, but it's not.
I don't know how spicy of a take this is. I feel like for most people this is a spicy take. Mm-hmm. But I was going to say this at the beginning. I almost said it at the beginning of the episode when you're asking me why I wanted to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to, or, not watch the movie, pod the movie. Mm-hmm. Is that the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is the best Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
Out of the 3.
And I know, well,
I don't know if it's that hot, but I feel like most people are going to gravitate towards number 1 being the best. And number 1 is second, and then number 2 is third.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's definitely
opinion.
Spicy. I am a fan of the first one.
Okay.
And I personally think the first one is the best one. I am not it's really just and I'm sure we'll talk about this later on where a movie's more popular than another movie, but it doesn't make it any less great or so I it's kind of like saying, do I want, I'm not even a cars guy, but do I want a Bugatti or a Lamborghini?
Yeah, it's like, I don't care.
Like,
they're both.
I don't care. They're both good, and I think that with the Guardians of the Galaxy, all of them are good.
That's true. All of them are good.
And actually, did you know that? So Drax the Destroyer, I think, was first introduced. I don't think he was introduced as a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy yet, but he was introduced in the 70s. So Guardians of the Galaxy, or at least the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy, have been around for a minute.
Yeah, and it's just it was a bit of a risk in that like no one had heard of Guardians of the Galaxy before the first movie.
Right. Yeah. Unless you were, a comic.
Unless you were a super big Marvel fan, and I'm a Marvel fan, but I had never really even heard of these characters.
No, I agree.
Maybe had seen Star-Lord before, but definitely none of the other ones.
Right.
And so the fact that this movie came on the map, it turned these Marvel comic characters into a big name.
Yeah.
Like overnight, it was like you see Guardians merch and things everywhere now.
Yeah.
And before the first movie came out, you couldn't get any of that stuff. Like no one really knew who they were.
No, exactly.
It's insane.
And I don't think that, I mean, obviously you can't have a third movie unless you have ones prior to it. And I don't know how the success of the first one had impact, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is that that's the OG, and I think that really brought more people to the excitement and the story of Guardians of the Galaxy because of the first one.
Yeah.
And that's a spicy take. I mean,
but I do respect the first, and I do really like the first, but this third one, and I think it's because of the complexities and the emotion in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like different than a lot of different things, a lot of other MCU movies, because there's more emotion. There's still lots of action, still lots of comedy. I don't know. I love this movie. It's by far, not by far, but it's definitely my favorite Guardians movie, and I think I have it in my top 3 Marvel movies of all time.
Oh, really?
Let me check my list.
Yeah.
I've got a list of Marvel movies.
Because that could even be a hot take in itself, as saying that it's top 3 of the Marvel movies.
That might be a spicy take. Let me see.
Crazy. It's not super crazy because I don't want to downplay this movie.
It's number... Oh, this is weird. My list goes 1, 3, 4. That's not right. It's number 3.
Wow.
Behind Endgame and Infinity War.
Wow.
Yep. There you go.
That's pretty... Yeah.
That's spicy.
That is a spicy take.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is the top 3, the third best Marvel movie all time.
Yeah. And if you agree with that or disagree with that, just let us know. I mean,
yep.
That is a spicy take. Like I said, anything can be a spicy take. It can be, unpopular opinion or a popular opinion. But, I mean, we like to keep it spicy.
Popular opinion, I love Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a hot take. That's not a spicy take. Everybody loves Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. No, he's a fun actor. Mario that came out this year was good. I mean, he's a fun, and I always loved him in Parks and Rec too. Mm-hmm. He was just the lovable, goofy guy in Parks and Rec. So.
Can't go wrong with Chris Pratt.
No.
He is like maybe the biggest name in Hollywood like right now.
That's a spicy take. That's a spicy take because I don't think I agree with that.
Well, one of the biggest. I feel like he's been in so many big movies, and he's always and he's casted for his big name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why he was casted as Mario.
Yeah, that's a spicy take.
That's a spicy take.
We got a couple spicy takes in here.
Because he's got the Guardians. He's got
Mario.
Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm.
Mario. He's been in a Pixar film, the Lego movies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else he's got.
Yeah,
a few different things.
He could be up there to say he's the biggest name or one of the biggest names.
He's one of
Hollywood.
The biggest names, I would say.
Over Tom Cruise?
Well,
you think, and let's say in like 20, 30 years, maybe even longer than that, do you think people are going to recognize Chris Pratt's name or Tom Cruise?
Here's the deal. Other than Top Gun and Mission Impossible, I don't know what other movies Tom Cruise is in. That's
all you need.
I guess. But then I think you've got Guardians of the Galaxy and you've got Jurassic World for Chris Pratt. Now, obviously, Jurassic World is not as big of a name as probably Mission Impossible or no, it is.
Well, because you have the Jurassic Park.
Because Jurassic Park. So I don't know.
It's spicy.
It's spicy.
This is my spicy take. My spicy take, and it's not even related to this film, is that Tom Cruise is probably going to go down in history as the most recognizable name.
This has nothing to do.
We're throwing out spicy takes. So I just want to
talk
about a spicy take, but I just want to make that statement because Tom Cruise is becoming the legend of Tom Cruise.
Well, I just mean currently.
Yeah, currently.
Like, because if we're talking about longevity, I don't know if Chris Pratt would be. But I think he probably would. But currently,
his relevance now is at the top of the list.
I really think it is.
Yeah, could be.
Now,
could be.
When I look at biggest names in Hollywood, 2023, Tom Cruise was the first result.
I told you, man. I told you.
And then Leonardo DiCaprio.
That makes sense.
Chris Hemsworth. I feel like Chris Pratt would be over Chris Hemsworth.
Because
he's Thor, but other than that,
exactly.
Come on, Chris Hemsworth.
And that's a lot of them. You know, that's Robert Downey. Robert Downey is Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah. So,
The Rock is on here. I get that. The Rock is huge.
I was actually thinking The Rock.
Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. Hugh Jackman is interesting.
Yeah.
I love Hugh Jackman, but
so before we get into the ratings,
we're getting a little bit off topic.
Yeah. I guess. Review. We can get into a little more of the review once we do the ratings. But a fun fact I was thinking of, and I don't know the exact numbers, but Vin Diesel for playing Groot, he only had, obviously in the third movie, he starts to open up his dialogue a little bit more. Like, that was actually a very emotional moment, too, when he broke out of...
end?
Yeah, when he broke out of saying, I am Groot. And
he says, I love you guys.
Yeah.
That
was
theory about that, it's not that Groot spoke English. It's that the audience now understands Groot's language.
Oh,
that was a take, because now you're part of the family.
Yeah.
Because that was like a moment of like, we're a big happy family.
Yeah.
So anyway,
if that's the case, that's really cool.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, because didn't Gamora during the movie didn't understand what he was saying. She just thought he was saying, I am Groot.
Yeah.
But then towards the end, she started understanding what he said, too.
And so I think that as the audience, we start to understand too, because we have been with the character for 3 movies, plus all of the Avengers and stuff.
That is cool. I like
By the
that.
way, since we're talking about big names in Hollywood, I looked this up.
Wait, I didn't say the thing about Groot.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just say, this is just, it's not even really.
I just thought this was interesting.
All I'm going to say about the Groot thing is it's just a mind-blowing thing, is that Vin Diesel, he got, I don't know, 30 million, however many
insane.
Millions for just saying, I am Groot.
I am Groot.
in different tones.
I am Groot.
And that's it. And
that's it.
I think he only had to record it, I think, in a day for like
you wouldn't need to do it more than a day.
Yeah. So insane to think that amount of money is being spent.
See, the thing is it's not a jab at his performance, because he has a good voice for it.
Right.
He has the voice for it.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's getting paid that much for that. It's okay, you're just getting paid for your good, I guess, genetics at that point.
I guess my argument with that is, how many unnamed great voice actors there
100%. Yeah.
So you're really paying for the
You're paying for the name.
Yeah.
He's got the voice, and he's got the name too, which is probably bigger. But anyway,
crazy.
Since we're talking about like big names in Hollywood and who has been paid a lot, can you guess the number 1 paid actor in Hollywood in 2023?
Like what they have received in the year of 2023?
I guess it says, here's a quick highest paid actors in 2023. Here is a quick overview of the top 10 highest paid actors in 2023.
I know The Rock was for a couple years.
Rock is number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so he must have been bumped down. Trying to think of who would be more.
Tom Cruise was number 3. You will not guess who's number 1.
I might. Is it are they in a pretty recognizable movie or like series?
He's in a series of recognizable movies, but not in recent. I don't feel like there's been a recent one.
Is it Seinfeld?
No, it's not.
Well, because Seinfeld's actually the highest paid comedian of all time.
That's true.
Because he's, I think, a billionaire now, or close to it.
Well, this person is a billionaire. Tyler Perry, the number one.
I actually believe that. Yeah. No, I definitely believe that.
But I feel like part of that is just from he's not acting in a lot.
I was gonna say.
I feel like it's probably just from
his
productions in his studio.
Yeah.
But they put him on the list, and then The Rock's right after that.
They actually have a really cool setup. They have, I don't know how many acres it is, but they have a whole plot of land dedicated to his movies that they just go out. It's really cool. You can probably see it on YouTube, but he does it because he has a golf cart to just kind of show everyone around. But
nice.
If you ever get a chance, so
nice.
I actually believe I can see Tyler Perry.
Adam Sandler's number 4.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
Which is interesting. In 2023, I mean, I can't name a movie he was in 2023.
But you got the Happy Gilmore or Happy Madison production. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
You know, so I think that's.
But The Rock, 80 million or 800 million, he's just getting that straight up from his acting. He doesn't have any sort of production company or anything that I know of.
Yeah. Well, he has a lot of other side brands and stuff. Like he has that.
True.
That partnership with what is it, Under Armour and stuff like that.
Right.
So he has other ventures. I'm surprised. Well, Shaq's not an actor. He's been in movies, acted.
Let's go.
But I mean, Shaq is one of those people. He's put his hand in so many different businesses. But I guess that's not relevant since he's acted in the past. But
okay, here we go. This is kind of a little bit of a better list. Highest paid actors, just based off of what they were paid for a role. Tom Cruise was paid $100 million for Top Gun Maverick. That's the highest anyone's been paid in 2022 and 2023. And it jumps down to $35 million for Will Smith in Emancipation.
That's a huge jump.
That's a huge $65 million difference. He was paid $100 million for Top Gun Maverick.
Wow. Tom Cruise.
I wonder how much he was paid for the first one, because probably not a lot.
No, even adjusted for inflation.
Even adjusted for inflation, it's not a lot.
No.
It's just he's built his name so high, but the time the second one came out, they got to pay up.
That's a huge budget.
But
man,
anyway,
that's crazy. Tom Cruise, legend of Tom Cruise.
Leonardo DiCaprio is number 3, $30 million for Killers of the Flower Moon, which is
coming out. Martin Scorsese.
We might have to review that movie.
Yeah, if they got food in it, which
Hopefully.
they might. So,
are we reviewing?
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of things not related to Guardians, but now we got to review the movie.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to Guardians of the Galaxy? I think
Man.
we did a good spicy take. We did.
You guys hear my squeaky chair?
I can when you do
It's
that.
very. I just keep it. I just have to mention it because it's very much annoying me that it keeps squeaking. So I just gotta let it out.
Yeah, of course.
Let everybody know about it.
All right.
But
so do you want to rate it first, or you want me to rate it?
you rate it. I need to think.
Okay, so I'm just looking at IMDb rating. I haven't pulled up Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm not going to let it sway what I'm going to put on here. IMDb has 8.0, so 8 out of 10 is a great rating. So I guess my review is great.
I got
movie.
mine.
Great movie. Really enjoy it. Always exciting. Introduced cool new characters to I guess MCU specifically, and I don't necessarily have a negative thing to say about this. I think if you watch it without seeing any other Marvel movies, you could be potentially lost, because I think there are a lot of references in there. But I think as far as a movie goes, I wouldn't say it's, my top whatever movie. I mean, it would be up there for my top Marvel movies, but I would have to look back at the Marvel movies, because I don't even know if it's in my top 5. Possibly. But there's a lot of good ones. If we start reading through, we're like, oh shoot, this list is nice. So with that being said, I have one in mind.
I'm curious what yours is, because I rate everything so high.
Yeah,
I just love everything.
This rating it shows that it's a good movie, and it's not a bad movie, but it shows that it's a good movie, but in my opinion, it's not one of the best movies, if that makes sense.
Let's see.
I got a 7.2.
I got a 9.1.
Woo!
Let's go!
So that's a little different.
That's a little different.
So we'll have to figure out the average.
But I mean, it's my top number 3 best Marvel movie. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah. No,
I mean MCU movie. I guess I rated Spider-Verse a 9.5, which the more I think about after that first episode, I shouldn't have rated that high.
So the average,
it was still in the 9s though, I think, but
Yeah.
9.5 was a little much.
So the average of that, I just did it. It's 8.2.
8.2. We're close
8.2.
to whatever. What was it? IMDb at 80%.
Yeah.
8.0.
8.0. Yeah, we were close.
I think I think Rotten Tomatoes is more than that.
Yeah. Right. There is a little debate, I would say, on
No,
which.
like not much. 8.2 or 82%. What was the average? 8.2.
8.2.
We 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's the same.
We agree with the general public.
Yep.
So
When you average us out.
And there are debates about whether IMDb is a better reference than Rotten Tomatoes. I did hear something more recently that, and I didn't really read into the article, but I did hear more recently that there have been some people paying off Rotten Tomatoes to give better ratings for their movies.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I'll have to look more into that, but if that's the case, just be mindful that the rating on either IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes isn't going to be the truest rating. So I always encourage, just have your own opinion about it. If you go and you like it and other people don't, I mean, that's fine. You like the movie, just go and enjoy yourself. That's really what eating and watching movies is all about, is, just enjoying yourself. And that's why we do this.
Yep.
So
We ready for a cine snack?
I always get this
Let's
rush
go.
of nervousness
Yep.
whenever
Because
we
you've
start.
got the punishment now.
If I get
If
it wrong.
you get it wrong.
So I got to get in the mind space of, what am I? What am
All right,
I
I've
gonna
got a
ask?
movie in mind.
Man.
I just thought of it. I didn't prep this beforehand, but I know this movie well enough to where I can answer.
You can answer questions. Okay. Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know why I feel like you and I both do this, and I think it's the unknown.
unknown.
Everyone gets nervous with the unknown. So, okay, so we can get started. I might want to get a timer on here too, so I can kind of keep track of
Let me
it.
get a timer. Oh, don't
Oops.
look at that. Don't look at that.
I didn't see. Thankfully, these tables are big enough to where I can't
That's
see if you drop anything.
All right, 2-minute timer.
Okay.
Oh wait, it didn't work.
Oh, no, I haven't even thought of any questions. Okay.
I don't want you to to questions because I don't want you
Okay.
to get it right this time. Okay. Oh, why does it start without me doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
I hope so.
2 minutes on the
All right.
clock, starting now.
Okay, I like to start with decades. So, is it 90s?
No.
It is. Is it 2000s?
Nope.
2010s.
Yep.
Okay, so 2010s more recently. Is it a male lead or a female lead? Or sorry, is it a male lead?
Yes.
Yes. Is there multiple characters in it that
Yes.
would be considered leads?
Yes.
Okay. Is it directed by a popular or one of the more popular directors?
No.
It isn't. Okay. Is it a white male lead?
Yes.
But you said there's multiple. So is it
Yes.
is it an all white cast?
No.
No. Okay. Is it action?
No.
Drama.
Yes.
Okay. So a drama, 2010s. Is the actor or the lead roles really big names?
Yes.
Okay. Is it fantasy?
No.
Okay. So is it based off of actual events?
No.
Is it based off of a book?
No.
Okay.
As far as I know, it's not.
Main
It
lead.
should. I don't think it is.
Okay. Main leads. Not a popular director. Many people in it.
You got.
Is
Less
this a
than
movie we've talked about?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Is
I
this
think
one
so.
of your favorite movies?
It's up there.
Up there with one of your favorite movies. Multiple characters.
You got 40 seconds.
Is there something? Is there a death that happens in it?
Yes.
Are there? Oh my gosh. Are there kids in the movie? Is it animated?
No, not animated.
Okay, not kids in the movie.
No notable kid characters
Okay.
that I can think of. No.
Drama, multiple people in it. One of your favorite movies.
I never showed the audience, by the way. It's a mystery for everybody.
Oh, well, you can show them after I do
Yep.
it. Oh man,
You got 10 seconds.
this is so hard. Is it are there sports in the movie?
No.
Is there water in the movie?
No.
Is it around a holiday?
No.
Man.
Time's up.
Oh, this is gonna be. I might get the punishment.
Okay,
today.
I'm gonna go ahead and show the audience
Okay, I'm looking down.
because I didn't show before. I don't know if you can read that. If you can't, we're about to tell you in just a second.
That gave me nothing.
Yes, let's go. Casey's getting the first punishment, or his
I
first
might,
punishment.
unless I get extremely lucky. So I'm trying to take back.
You are getting close to it at some points, but I don't think you have it.
And I still
There's
can't
one
ask any
thing.
questions.
There's one element of the movie that you're missing to ask about that would have helped you a lot.
Oh man.
That probably doesn't. That hint probably doesn't help you because you're just missing something.
Yeah,
that would
and
have helped you.
Now that I'm thinking, I have other questions that I could have asked.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
You don't get that much time, okay?
Well, how much time did we agree on?
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
We didn't set a time.
Okay, let me think. Sorry. You said not animated.
The punishment is creeping up closer and closer.
Yeah. And you said not fantasy. It's real.
It's real. It's a drama.
2
leads.
Oh, that wasn't really the.
Yeah, it was.
information.
You said is
Well,
there
I said
multiple leads?
But you didn't say 2.
Well, okay. There's 2 leads.
Okay, 2 leads in this movie.
And then one
It's
is
a
a
drama.
white male. You got that much.
White male. Someone in the 2010s. Oh, jeez.
See, it's hard, okay?
It really is. Okay, let me think. I'm not gonna get this right.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
It's fine with you.
That's fine. You can not get it right.
And you said there's a death in the movie too?
Mm-hmm. There is.
It sounds like it's a notable death.
It is very notable. I'll give you that much.
All
right. I think you're creeping on your time limit.
I don't
here.
even know what I could write down in the 2010s. Okay, let's think. Okay,
It's not Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
Or 1 or 2.
All right. So this is just a shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark.
I'm putting The Town.
Nope. A Star is Born 2018. Let's go.
Dang. I should have asked the music part.
The music.
That's what you asked last time.
So when you asked if it was a notable director or known for being a director, it was directed by Bradley Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
And that was his only movie he's directed. He's not known for being a director. So that kind of threw it off because you're asking about the director, and Bradley Cooper was the director. That is one of my favorite movies. And then he unalives himself at the end of the movie. That's the notable death. Did I just spoil it? You've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Uh-oh.
No!
No! I just spoiled it.
That's okay. I mean,
you still need to watch it. You've not seen the movie?
I still haven't. And I know you've hyped it up a lot, but I still haven't seen it.
Well, I feel bad I just spoiled it, but
nah,
whatever.
Okay.
It came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We ready for the punishment?
Yeah, I guess.
So for the punishment, we'll have to cut for a second because I got to leave and come right back.
Okay, I'll let you cut.
All right, we're back. We're back. So
I saw you brought a cup of ice.
Yeah,
okay.
So in Guardians of the Galaxy, the very end of the movie, man, I'm out of breath because I did a little jog. At the very end of the movie.
You could have edited it. You didn't have to jog. And your knee's hurting too.
I didn't jog, but it was just, I was moving fast. So in Guardians of the Galaxy, near the very end, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, almost dies.
Yes.
Death by freezing in the
great.
in the space air. So I have this cup of ice, and so you have to drop it down your shirt.
Front or back?
Maybe both.
Do you want to do it for me?
Sure, I'll drop it.
Okay. So
this is death by ice, like you were frozen in space.
I'm actually gonna do it with no flinching.
No flinch.
I'm gonna try it with no flinch, and I'm gonna be very surprised.
I'll just go.
All right.
I'll just go on the back. Only.
Okay, go on the back only.
Okay. It's a whole cup of ice.
I'm staring in the camera.
Oh yeah.
No flinching.
It feels weird to rub your back.
It's extremely cold, but I'm not flinching.
And I'm just gonna leave it there because it's stuck. I'm gonna leave it there. It's stuck in his shirt. He's not flinching.
You'll have to watch. I didn't flinch. It's going down further.
I don't believe it.
Watch it. Roll the film.
Is it going down the crack in the back?
It
eventually will.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
as our cosmic cinematic feast comes to a close, we hope you've enjoyed this interstellar exploration.
I flinched that time.
You flinched?
Yeah, that time. It started going down.
We hope you enjoyed this interstellar exploration of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 through the lens of food and film. Just like the Guardians themselves, we've traversed the galaxies of flavor and story, discovering how these two worlds collide in unexpected ways. Keep your taste buds ready and your film cues stacked, because there are always more to discover in the delicious cinematic universes. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Stay tuned for more episodes coming out. You can follow us on YouTube and Instagram, and hear our podcast weekly on major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. So until next time, bon appetit and happy viewing.
Woo! I gotta change my shirt now. I was starting to flinch a little bit more after that.